let's see. It's 1:30. Let's see. At 1:30, what is clear is this. What is clear is that Omar Abdullah has won his seat in Budgam. There are two seats that he was fighting from, Budgam and Gandarbal. He has won from Budgam. So there's another piece of good news coming in for the National Conference. Is he the next Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir? Possibly, yes. No formal declaration, but possibly, yes. I mean, the party has done phenomenally well. It was what? It was, I think, the third largest party last time. This time, the NC has emerged as the single largest party in Jammu and Kashmir with 42, ladies and gentlemen, with 42 seats. Last time, in 2014, which is 10 years ago, in elections in Jammu and Kashmir were 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the National Conference had 15. So from 15 to 42 seats is a phenomenal performance, and therefore the logical conclusion is that Omar Abdullah is the next Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. When it comes to the PDP, I'm just strictly now going by the Election Commission website, which the Congress is casting doubts on. The PDP at 4, it's a complete wipeout. It was the single largest party in 2014, ladies and gentlemen, in Jammu and Kashmir. Complete wipeout, down by 24 seats. They have already conceded defeat. What about the BJP? The BJP was always expected to do well in the Jammu region. The NC, the Congress and the PDP were expected to do well in the Kashmir region, and that's exactly how it's worked out. Last time, the BJP, if you remember, 10 years ago, was the second largest party after the PDP. It had 25 seats. It's actually bettering its tally in Jammu and Kashmir. It's actually coming down to 29 to 30 seats. What about vote share? It's interesting to quickly have a check of the vote share. The BJP vote share is about, in Jammu and Kashmir, is about 26%, ladies and gentlemen. The the Congress party is at 12%, so much more than the BJP. That's interesting to note. And what about the National Conference? I'm just trying to get a hold of that. Why can I not see it? Give me a minute here. Where's the National Conference? Why can't I spot it? Because it'll be actually the party with the highest amount of vote share. Yeah, I can't spot it for some reason on the Election Commission website. Oh no, it's right here. It's at 25. It's at about 24%. So it's interesting to note that. Yeah. So it's interesting to note, ladies and gentlemen, that while the BJP, and this is vote share, while the BJP has a vote share of 25.79, the National Conference has a vote share of 23.37. And then look at the numbers on the lower sets of the screen. The National Conference has actually ended up winning more than 40 seats. The BJP is at 27. So both the National Conference at 41 and the BJP at 29 have done much better than they had last time. Of course, the National Conference has actually hit it out of the park, but the BJP has also bettered its tally. It's also bettered its tally in Jammu and Kashmir. The wipeout we are seeing is as far as the PDP is concerned. To the Congress spokesperson with us this afternoon, Sujata ji. Sujata ji, why is the Congress not talking about Jammu and Kashmir? There's a silver lining there, and it's a big silver lining.
Yes, you were focusing on Haryana, and I'm thrilled to talk about Jammu and Kashmir, because Jammu and Kashmir, everybody had predicted that it would be a hung assembly. Here we are going to form the government, and the people of Jammu and Kashmir, because they lost their statehood, they have rejected the Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party can keep talking about abrogation of Article 370, about Pakistan, but we are talking about the people of Jammu and Kashmir. And the people of Jammu and Kashmir do understand that it is the NC Congress combined which will give them their own government, and that is why this is such a pleasant day for us, because this is the crown of India that we have won. And with the crown of India coming into our into our jholi, so to speak, we are going to move forward and win the entire country. And Shivam Chhabra has to be very, very careful, because this is where it starts from the mastisk, from the mastak. And we will go right across, because that's where the brain functions from.
Shivam ji, go ahead. Please respond to Sujata ji.
I'm only amazed to see the stand of Sujata ji when it comes to Jammu Kashmir. No, I am only saying that Sujata ji is very conveniently saying that, you know, the way she is winning in Jammu and Kashmir, she's already declared that she's won in Jammu and Kashmir. So I'm only amazed to see her stand basically regarding to Jammu and Kashmir and then to Haryana. Nothing to take out it. But I think on a very serious note, I must say this thing. Abrogation of Article 370 and 35A was not done to probably garner votes. It was not done to, you know, probably win out an election in Jammu and Kashmir. It was a very, very principal issue that a country cannot have two signs, two flags, two constitutions at the same time. And this is unprecedented. And I think it was a bigger issue to tackle, and I'm happy that the Bharatiya Janata Party-led government under the Prime Minister Modi ji ensured that at Article 370 and 35A was abrogated as the promises were being made by the Bharatiya Janata Party in its own manifesto. So I've got I would say I'm not at all defensive on this part. It was not at all done to garner any kind of votes from Jammu region or maybe Kashmir region, how she wants to project it.